Is the trucking market starting to fall apart a little bit? Sure. Would I panic yet? Nope. Look, I get it. Diesel prices are still high. The spot market rates are dropping down. The volume is going down a little bit. But you know what? It really could be a whole lot worse. However, now more than ever, it is going to be very important to strategize and stay in the best areas possible. Not to send your truck to crappy areas and it gets stuck and lose a day, have to lay over, or take a really cheap RPM for long miles and mess up your whole week. So from now on out, until the market does get better, we have to strategize and stick in good markets to make sure that you stay profitable. So let's see what's going on to RPM averages for the dry vans and the flatbeds. And after that, we're going to get into the hottest markets for those two trailers. Let's get into the stuff now. The dry vans are taking a little beating, $2.92 national average rate per mile. It is down 8 cents from last month, which is at $3 even. So, it could still be a lot worse, but the fuel prices are still high. But if you're staying in good areas, you should be averaging like in the 320s, 325, maybe 330 area if you're staying in good areas and bouncing around over there. So the dry vans are not the best right now, but it still could be a lot worse. When the market was really bad, the fuel is still high, maybe not as high as now, but we've seen the dry van rates dip way under $2 per mile. So being at almost $3, I still don't think it's that bad. So far this month, the flatbeds are at $3.55. They took a dive from last month, with the whole month average was $3.64. So we are down 9 cents per mile. Again, I don't think that's that bad. I still think that's a really good national average rate per mile for the flatbeds. And I know right now, if I'm staying in good areas, I'm still beating this by quite a bit. As long as you're staying in good areas, taking good loads, and having a good strategy for your truck and your flatbed, you should be okay. I really think things could be a lot worse than they are right now. Are they the best? No. Are they because we were used to getting like all these like $5, $6, $7, sometimes $8 per mile loads. Now that stuff kind of went down, but we're on a hot streak for a while. If these rates stay the same and fuel starts going down, we're still going to be okay. And even with the fuel being what it is, I still think a lot of people are staying profitable. Is it a lot harder now? Sure, it is. But these RPM national averages are still not that bad. These diesel prices, wild. $5.26 national average for them. That's down 1.68%. But I mean, that's not much considering how high it got. This is like one of the only factors right now that's really ruining it for us. I really hope they figure stuff out and get these fuel prices down ASAP, because being at average over $5 per mile, per gallon for the whole nation is absolutely crazy. Again, we're still kind of lucky that the rates are up a little bit. We can still kind of stay profitable, but overall, these diesel prices need to come down ASAP. Hopefully, because we're on a streak for like 9 weeks prior to them spiking, that they were going down. Hopefully we get back to that and start getting them to go down a little bit again. And hopefully if the rates per mile stay the same and fuel goes down, we should be in a better position hopefully soon. Now, before we get into the hottest markets, as always, if you do not have DAT, you got to get them, hot market maps, trend lines, all that stuff. If you want to get it now and you don't have it, 10% off for the first 12 months. If you go to my description or go to bobbyloads.com/offers, you can get it there. And if you don't have it, I don't get anything for it, but make sure you grab it, upgrade to the better package so you can see the market conditions map. And do yourself a favor, you'll get that money back within like a load or two for sure. Bird's eye view of the dry van hot market conditions map. As you can see, there still are some good areas. This is actually from Friday, because I'm actually filming this video on a Saturday for the first time in a long time. So we are going to get a little bit better numbers we could take a look at. If you see the reds, not all of them are, hot, but that's why we're going to research them, make sure they are good areas. But as you can see, the dry van map is still not looking that bad. Trust me, it could be a whole lot worse. If you don't remember, pre-October, we went through hell and back. So we're used to seeing like blue everywhere, but this is not looking that bad. But let's get into the hottest dry van markets where you need to keep your trucks to make sure you're getting the best RPM and staying profitable. Let's get into it. Midwest first. Let's check it out. Appleton, Wisconsin, actually doing halfway decent. 1,600 loads, 215 trucks. Like, I don't think you're gonna get the best rates out of there, but if you got good money going in there, I think you should be pretty safe, at least to take a short run into another good area. So I'll say that market is decent. Milwaukee, over 2,000 loads, 295 trucks. Another place, if you got good money going in there, I'm thinking you're gonna be safe, get another good load going into a decent market. Let's take a look at Chicago now, how that's doing. Over 5,000 loads, 986 on the trucks, which is not that bad. Usually capacity with the trucks is a lot higher. And Southern Chicago, over 3,874 trucks. So again, that's a decent market. And look, if you're looking to get like 1,000-mile loads, that pay a bunch of money, that's not what we're looking for. Right now, we're looking to stay in good markets, get a good RPM, and make sure you're staying profitable and not worried about getting long runs for a bunch of money, because that's probably not going to be happening right now. So now if you get into St. Louis as well, if you got good money going in there, I'd feel safe, because you're not that far from like Indy, Columbus, Louisville. You could take probably decent money going into those markets out of there. So I would say St. Louis, you're good. Louisville, Kentucky area, 1,800 loads, 177 trucks. And again, I think that's another Midwest market you're safe in. Indianapolis looks like it's smoking right now. Almost 3,500 loads, 505 trucks. So if you're going to end up in Indy, you are going to get some decent money coming out of there. For some reason, Western Michigan's looking pretty good. Over 2,900 loads, 298 trucks. Another Midwest market that's looking good. Columbus, Ohio, really good. 3,500 loads almost, 382 on the trucks. And Cleveland just smoking, almost 5,000 loads, 261 trucks. And then we got Pittsburgh not doing that bad either, almost 2,500 loads, 181 trucks. So if you get in any of these markets, make sure you take advantage. I'm telling you, just take a little bit less money, go to another decent market instead of taking like really good money to a crappy market in the middle of nowhere where you're gonna have to lay over or deadhead a bunch or take a really cheap RPM load for longer miles to get back into another good market. So in the Midwest, it looks like there's a lot of good areas. So you should be safe being in them. So, pay attention, search the loads, search the markets before you go in there just to be sure. But I would feel pretty comfortable being in any of these Midwest markets right now. East Coast, let's check this out, man. Massachusetts is showing red. I don't trust it. 2,200 loads, 198 trucks. Connecticut, 1,600 loads, 109 trucks. We'll search it up, but again, I don't trust those areas, but we'll search it up just to see maybe something's going on I don't know about. Northern New Jersey, one of those markets, just a bunch of volume right there, over 9,300 loads, 379 trucks. But again, the rates are not going to be there. So if you get stupid money going into Northern New Jersey, you are going to have a lot of options to get out of there, but the rate per mile is probably not going to be the best. So take that into consideration. But if you go to a market that doesn't have the best rates, but has a lot of volume, as long as you get really good money going in there, that's fine, man. You're still not that far away from better places where you could go out of there and still get a good RPM average. So Philadelphia's still looking good, over 4,700 loads, a lot of volume. Again, if you get good ass money going in there, I would not be scared. Central PA looking pretty decent as well, almost 5,000 loads, 248 trucks. And then let's take a look at Maryland, 3,700 loads, almost 3,800 loads and 217 on the trucks. And Richmond, Virginia, almost 2,000 loads, 131 trucks. So the volume in the East Coast is definitely there. Again, let's take a look at Mass or Connecticut or both of them and see what's going on, because I do not trust this red, because I know every time I go there, but I'm doing flatbeds, I get screwed really bad. But maybe something's happening. Let's take a look. There is a lot of volume, it looks like, but all these loads are going to more crappy areas. But look, this is not that bad, right? So 150-mile radius within Boston, Massachusetts. So say if you want to go north, deadhead to Maine, grab a load going from North Hollis Center, Maine to to Carlstadt, New Jersey, $1,600, $530 a mile. That's not bad. At least you're going to put yourself, good RPM and put yourself in a better area. I mean, all these loads are staying in the East Coast, but they are paying pretty decent. So, I mean, right here, we're still over $3 a mile. Everything is East Coast. But right here, Concord, New Hampshire, loads out of Hollister, Maine. So, okay, that's the only bad note. $2,500. McLeansville, North Carolina, $312 a mile. This is actually a little surprising to me. I wasn't expecting that. A bunch of these loads, duplicate postings. Carlton, Texas, this is 283. Wow. Yeah, I don't trust this one. Franklin, Mass to Carrollton, Texas, 284 a mile. I mean, that's not the great RPM from East Coast to Texas. That's a pretty crazy rate, to be honest with you. Let's see if we can find any other decent areas where it's going to. 265 a mile to Alabama, no crazy notes. Lee, Mass, Muscle Shoals, Alabama, 1132 miles, $3,000, 265 a mile. If I was there, I would snatch that probably, dude, because I know out of Alabama I'll make it up with a good RPM. But Lakeland, Florida, 264. That's way too cheap to Florida, even out of the East Coast. So, I mean, there's a lot of freight, man. Rome, Georgia, 236. See, now we're getting like really low in the twos, which is not good for that many miles, because you got 11 miles on that, 26.49 on the rate, no crazy notes. But I mean, if you got like $5-6 going in there, you could take one of those loads, go to a good area, and your RPM is still going to be super good. So this is really surprising. Would I still trust it? Personally, no, I wouldn't, because I know as soon as my ass gets over there, everything's going to tank. I'm not going to get it. But looking over these loads from this weekend, Monday, Tuesday, they're not looking that bad, honestly, coming out of there. So maybe we should search New Jersey and see what's going on over there, because it looks surprisingly good. But again, please search your markets on your own. Do not just listen to me and then hate me later. Always good before you go there a day or two. Like if you know load's going to deliver, just search the market. Make sure there's loads that are paying what you need. I had to search up Newark, New Jersey now, 100-mile radius. Let's check it out. So, going to Saratoga Springs, New York, probably wouldn't do that. Mass would not do that. Syracuse probably would not want to do that either, but $550 a mile, $1,800. We'd have to take a look at Buffalo. Maybe you could deadhead there and grab a good load. But I mean, there's still a lot of stuff with everything. Mass, no, pass on that. Maryland, $1,200, 453 a mile, 265 miles. That's not bad. You know, Maryland's gonna be probably a little bit better. Greensboro, North Carolina, that's a team. Why would they need a team for 500 miles? But $2,200, 430 a mile. That's not bad at all. South Carolina, Charleston, 398 a mile, but Charleston's on the ocean, so you might have a little trouble out of there. Still almost $4 a mile. Damn, bro, East Coast? I don't know, man. I don't want to tell you guys to go to the East Coast, but I mean, if you're gonna go there, you're gonna get like $5-6 a mile going there. I mean, for the dry vans right now, I wish it looked like that for the flatbeds, dude. What is going on here? But so I don't know. We checked that out. I mean, you can search it yourself if you don't believe me, but I mean, we are looking at this live right now, so I guess it is what it is. Let's check out the South, man. What happened to South Carolina, dude? Holy crap. We just looked at a Charleston load. That's probably why, because this dead as crap out of there. Charlotte market's still looking halfway decent, over 2,100 loads, 432 on the trucks, but it looks like everybody and their mama probably going to try to get there from the dead areas around there. Atlanta's still holding strong, over 3,700 loads, 710 on the trucks. Nashville, not that great, even though it's red, 1,347 on the loads, 249 on the trucks. Memphis, we're gonna have to search this one. Man, I'm trying not to search too much today because I'm trying to get this video done. But dude, 1,879 on the loads. Memphis volume is completely down, 325 on the trucks. I still got a feeling you're gonna get a really good load, but we will search it. Dallas, still over 3,000 loads, not that bad. Houston, over 3,600 loads, not that many trucks. New Orleans could be way better. Mobile, Alabama looks like it went down completely. Florida, I would not trust for the life of me right now. Nashville, 1,347 on the lows, 249 on the trucks. So let's check out Memphis. Let's see if it's still a guaranteed bag out of there or not, because I don't like those numbers. The volume does seem a little low out of there, but let's take a look. Yeah, Memphis doing Memphis shit, looks like, man. Looks pretty damn good to me. I mean, I wouldn't go to Mobile, Alabama. We've seen that's dead, but 529 a mile or $6, 605 a mile to Mobile. No crazy notes. Memphis to St. Louis, $1,300, 458 a mile. You know, from one really good area to another decent area, and this is what I'm talking about. You see, like, this is still not even negotiating, but this is like a load I want to do. I'll probably try to aim for more negotiate because Memphis does look it's still pretty good. Maryland, 414 a mile, $3,750, 906 on the miles. That's a nice little run. It's going to bump up your RPM. It's going to keep you way above national average. So I would say, yeah, Memphis, you're still going to get a bag out of there. It looks good to me. If I had a dry van, I would definitely go there. Now let's get into the flatbeds. Actually, sorry, let's not get into the flatbeds yet. Let's check out Los Angeles for the West Coast people. The rest of the West Coast, don't care about. Let's check out LA really quick. LA looking halfway decent on the numbers at least. 4,500 loads, 465 trucks. I mean, again, it's just one of those places where you got to go, like, say you're going to go to Ohio. I mean, it's like thousands of miles. I don't feel like searching it right now. If you guys want, you can search it yourselves. But again, I just personally wouldn't go there because it's way too many miles and the rates weren't that good last week. So I don't think they changed much this week. The volume is there for the people that need to go there. I think you're going to be all right on getting the load. Just not sure how good your RPM is because you have a long way to go to the decent Midwest or Southern markets, right, to get out of there. So at least volume's still there, so you know that. Now let's get into the flatbeds. Bird's eye view of the flatbed market conditions map. Man, the RPM is going down, but the map is still looking so damn delicious though, dude. The Midwest looks like it's taking a little hit with the colors. West Coast, I'm not even going to talk about today, bro. I hate the West Coast for flatbeds. If you guys want to do it, you go ahead, knock yourself out, do your own research. I'm going to be biased and only do the shit that I do. So let's get into it. Let's see what markets are good, which markets are bad. Let's hit the Midwest really quick. Wisconsin, I would stay the hell out of there, not looking too good. Northern Chicago, if it lets me click on it, it's letting me click on Southern Chicago. But Northern Chicago, 1,276, 183 trucks, not too bad. Southern Chicago, less volume, 790 on the loads. I'm a little lucky out of Chicago because the company that I dispatch for has a lot of customer freight out of there, and we do a lot of LTL consolidation out of there. So I'm pretty lucky. But Chicago still should be one of those areas where you get a decent load. Indianapolis volume just dropped, 861 on the loads, 99 trucks. I still don't think it's a bad area, but man, Columbus looked like the volume just completely dropped, 993 on the loads, 95 trucks. Excuse me. Cleveland, Ohio, 3582 on the loads. Columbus is still doing good. Pittsburgh, my Midwest, 2,478 loads, still doing good. Can't believe Columbus fell off like that. That volume is bad. I don't want to be searching the markets too much today because I don't got that much time. I'm trying to get the hell out of here. So let's just jump right into the East Coast. Northern Jersey, still a lot of volume, but the rates ain't going to be the best. Philadelphia is when you 1,300 loads, 41 trucks. But in that area, the rates get a little bit better. And then Maryland, man, I've been having decent luck in Maryland. Obviously, nothing crazy, but if you go there, you're going to get over $3 a mile if you get good money going in there. I definitely would not mind going there. Richmond, Virginia, volume could be a lot better. I still wouldn't trust it there. So that was the Midwest and the East. Let's get into the South. That's where you need to be staying because that's where the money's at. Now, if you got a flatbed, this is where you need to be living at right now. The South is absolutely still scorching. I mean, let's take a look. Dallas, very good. Houston, crazy volume. New Orleans could be better. Northern Louisiana, absolutely hot. I got a guy from Shreveport. Every time he goes there, we do so good out of there. Memphis, 2,600 loads, but you go to Memphis, you're going to get stupid money. All of Alabama's still hot. Atlanta still got volume. I wouldn't start trusting maybe going too south in Georgia. But, I mean, Charlotte, you're still going to get really good money. We miss St. Louis in the Midwest. It's halfway decent. But it looks like the Midwest is taking a little hit right now. So I would try to stay south as much as possible. But, I mean, Arkansas is still absolutely hot, almost 4,000 loads. So, like, there's no point in going over to the South market. You're pretty much wherever you're going to go in the South, you're going to get money with a flatbed. So it's just going to be like beating a dead horse, just searching markets every single week. All the still areas are still good. You know, we're not getting these $7, $8 per mile lows no more like we were a month or 2 or 3 back. But right now, you can still be averaging decent money for the flatbeds, that's for sure. But you have to stay in good markets. One bad slip up could really mess you up. So that's why you got to be super careful. Make sure you take care of yourself and stay in those good markets and stay profitable with your flatbeds. So did the market go down? Yes, it did, right? Could we still survive? I think so. It could be a lot worse. We've been in a lot worse. Pre-October for like 3 years. We ate a bunch of, don't want to say it on here, it's a YouTube family-friendly show. But it was rough, right? So is it the best? No. Could it be a lot worse? 100% it could. I still think if you're smart about it, strategize, stay in good areas, you're still going to be all right. You're still going to make money. So I wouldn't worry about it too much. Appreciate you guys watching. Remember, if you don't have DAT, go to my description. Go to bobbylowe's.com/offers. Get your 10% off for the first 12 months. And if you already have DAT, man, just upgrade to the market conditions package so you can look at the markets, search the markets yourselves, see the trend lines. Just do yourself that favor and you will not regret it. And I'll see you guys next week.